Thank you all for being here today. Bienvenidos at the 2022 Latina Labs informational session. I am Dr. Teresa Ramirez. Gracias por estar aquí. Thank you for being here today. So we're going to talk a little bit of what is Latinas Labs. So Latinas Leading Tomorrow is a nonprofit organization that was established back in 2004, which is 18 years ago. And its mission is to empower middle school and high school Latina students to become college bound, but also learn about all the different opportunities that are provided to first generation students, to Latinas, providing them with opportunities for college in science like Latina Labs. There's three main programs that we run: Cohort, which is creating opportunities to reach excellence for high school Latina students. Then we have the Elite program, which is exemplifying leadership in a team environment. And that's also geared towards high school Latina girls. And that program just finished. We provided it virtually, and it was really such a success. Now upcoming, it's Latina Labs, which is a STEM, science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics mentoring program geared for middle school girls. So that's actually going to be the topic of today's informational session. As you can see here, the Latinas Leading Tomorrow board is composed of various women from different educational backgrounds, different careers. And so we come together because we truly believe in the mission of Latinas Leading Tomorrow, in helping the youth in becoming mentors, but also providing the path of success to them. And then for my Latina Labs committee, I am the chair, the one that leads this committee, but it's also composed of various people who are not necessarily all scientists. Some of them are, but some of them are not, but they have the same mission of bringing science and how art is actually incorporated into Latina Labs. So now going into what is Latina Labs. Well, Latina Labs is a virtual program that actually began last year, but back in like maybe 5 years ago, it was actually in person. And so then it stopped, and then we brought it back again virtually because we really want the girls to get information and get inspired about careers in science and see other speakers or people that they can actually relate to and be like, one day I can be in the same spot as that person. So we're offering this program that begins in June. There's 4 sessions, June 4th, 11, 18, and the 25th from 10:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we want to make sure that those who are submitting applications will commit to this program. And the application deadline is May 17th. It's not a long application, so I encourage you all to apply. If you have any hermanitas, any primitas, cousins, sisters, or sobrinas, make sure they apply because this is a really important program. With that, who's eligible? Well, we're focusing on middle school girls who range from the 6th to the 8th grade, only from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Why is that? That's another question that people ask. Well, the main reason why we're only focusing on this area is because of funding. We have limited funding, and so eventually, if we get funders or sponsors to help us out through Latina Labs, our goal is to expand it across the US. So that's a goal that I hope that it's going to come soon. But for now, we're only focusing on this area. Ages ranges from 11 to 13 years of age. But there's one thing that I really want to keep note of. If there's a rising 6th grader who's a 5th grader who's just graduating, but will be entering the 6th grade, you're eligible to apply. You might be 10 years of age, but maybe soon 11 years old, you're eligible to apply. Maybe there's an 8th grader who in June is about to graduate. You're eligible to apply. And maybe you're not 13 years old, now you're 14, you're eligible to apply. So please submit those applications. Get the names of counselors, make sure you know their names from your school, their emails, you have their phone numbers, because that's also required in the application when submitting. And you have to commit to be available and attend all 4 sessions in June. So as you see here, the Latinas Labs virtual program is going to have a lot of great speakers, moderators who are really, really excited to be there with the girls. The first session, which is June 4th, is going to focus on girls coding with Scratch. So the girls are going to be exposed to coding, and we also have laptops. So girls are able to submit in their applications a full detailed description as if you need a laptop, why do you need a laptop? And we need those descriptions because then we'll determine which girls gets a laptop for free and you keep it. Then on June 11th, and these laptops are not new, they have been donated to Latinas Leading Tomorrow. So take advantage of that. On June 11th, we have space exploration with NASA, and we have guest speakers actually who are coming from NASA to talk about certain things that they're working at the NASA, but also we have a moderator who was previously at NASA, but is now at Johns Hopkins. So it's really amazing to meet wonderful women who can also empower the young girls. Then June 18th, we're gonna be having Activate with Wind Power with Arcadia. And we're gonna have great speakers there, hands-on activities. And then finally, on June 25th, we're gonna be learning about coloring with the cochineal bug, which this bug is a cactus bug that is used to dye textiles, that is used to dye food, and it's used in art. So we have a great speaker, Dr. Miariswa, who's actually a biologist by training, but also an artist. So how cool is that? So yeah, so this is a big range of different hands-on activities and also like short little lectures from those who are speakers and moderators, because they get to share a little bit of who they are with the girls in hopes of inspiring them. And don't forget that the application is due May 17th. So from last year, Latina Labs, I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of how many students were accepted. We received 64 applications and we only accepted 35. It goes through a review process from the committee, and we have to choose only 35 because that's the space limit. And here you could see that about 40% of our students were sixth graders. 34.3% were about seventh graders. That's like 12 of them. And 25.7% were eighth graders. So you could see that, yes, it's very competitive, but try it. If you don't try, you won't know. And I love this quote from one of our students who said, the Latina Labs virtual program was beyond what I was expecting. I learned new information and had all the materials provided. Yes, we provide the materials in a toolkit. And some of the hands-on activities, this one right here is the cochineal. They get to crush the bug and see the different changes of color when you add acidity or basicity to the solution. They learned how to code. It was just really nice. And they get to become scientists during this time because they have to write in their lab notebooks. And eventually this is something that I really want to get them involved. Why? Because I'm a Latina scientist, and for me, it's exciting to share what I love, but also get them in that sense of like thinking science. So when they go to college, they're prepared, and that's what we want. So one of the goals, or the many goals of Latina Labs, is to really expose them to science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. It should be there, mathematics. Hands-on science activities will be provided to them through these toolkits. So they'll have everything they need when we do these assignments. And then they get the opportunity to meet either madrinas, padrinos, who eventually become mentors. And finally, one of the goals is to provide them with resources on how to excel in science, how to get excited about taking science classes, but also exposing them to new opportunities. So our main goal is to really inspire the girls, and hopefully they can pursue a career in STEAM. Yay! So that's pretty much it about our goals. And definitely we need volunteers as madrinas who can become mentors. There's an online form that you can submit. If you're interested, you don't have to be a scientist, just submit it. We'll look at the applications. You must have great communication skills. You should also have be passionate about helping out and enthusiastic. But also if you have a little bit of mentoring experience, that's very helpful. And sharing innovative ideas, I think it's really important with our young girls, and just help us promote our programs, but also commit to all 4 Saturdays, because we want to build that community, and we want to build that trust within the Madrina and the girls. During the activities with Latina Labs, we have breakout rooms, like maybe 4 to 5 girls per Madrina. And that way you build that community. So yeah, here's the pictures for the volunteers, especially we have dates like May 21st to 22nd when we will be distributing the toolkits. There's going to be people in Virginia, there's going to be people in DC, and there's going to be people in Maryland. So I cannot split myself in 3 areas. So I look for volunteers that can help me, and you can see there how we distribute goodies in their toolboxes, toolkit boxes to the young girls. And then finally, we also need volunteers for the Latina Labs picnic, which this is a celebration. It's an in-person celebration. This is a great opportunity because the girls get to meet each other. They get to network, interact, as well as the parents. They get to meet each other as well. And they get to meet us in person, not just virtually. And we are able to give the girls their certificate of completion. And we have goodies to share, some food, and just, we make it fun. But I know that through the pandemic, we still have to be careful, but we want to be able to provide a welcoming space. And for the volunteers, I would need help to like set up, bringing tables, chairs, and organizing the food. So the Latina Labs picnic usually happens in July, mid-July, or early July, mid-July. So we're thinking either July 9th or the 16th. We'll make it early, 9:30 to 12, because during that time last year, it was really, really hot. So by 12, people were like, it's too hot. So I want to make sure it's early enough, but not so late. And we'll make it available in DC because we want to make sure that it's between Maryland and it's between Virginia. So DC is the midpoint. And we also have promoted Latina Labs last year with our communities, like in the Washington Hispanic newspaper, in El Sol radio station, and in some of the Spanish-speaking Facebook Lives like El Poder de Ser Mujer. So we are very active, and we really want our community to know what is Latina Labs and what is Latinas Leading Tomorrow offering, our other programs. So if there's any questions, go to our website. There's that Madrina's form. You can also email me, teresa@latinasleadingtomorrow.org, or just visit our website, www.latinasleadingtomorrow.org. Or you can also call the number 703-304-7273. Say that this message is for Dr. Ramirez. I have a question for Latina Labs, and that can be actually delivered to me. You can also follow us in LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, muchas gracias. Thank you so much.